Hello everyone, welcome to this segment. In our previous segment, we looked at dynamic route segments. So in this segment, we are going to be looking at the two types of dynamic route segments. So probably in this segment, we're going to look at one, then the next segment, we're going to look at the second one. So we have two types of dynamic route segments. One is catch all route segments, while the second one is optional catch all route segment. So in the catch all route segment, we use it in situations where we want to have like multiple nested routes instead of creating one dynamic route, instead of creating maybe route inside the route, inside the route, inside the route. We just have to create one route called the catch all route. And this catch all route can capture several URL segments instead of creating different routes for each of them. We just use only one. So any number of URL segments we have, the catch all route will capture everything in just one route. Let me just go to the browser and give an example. Let me just say, for instance, okay, this is our last. Yes, this is the last one we did, the dynamic route. Okay, let me just say, for instance, now, let me just say we have this product and want to put product 5,000. I want to put the year, for instance. Let me say 2025. You see, this is another route segment now. Let me say 2025. Instead of creating another folder again inside this dynamic route product ID, instead of creating another one inside again, then maybe like want to create the sorry, I'm using dot. Want to create the, let me just say month, for instance. Instead of creating another route inside this 2025, I can just use only one route segment to capture this 5,000, 2025, and 09. So you see, that one is very easy. So in catch all route, at least we need one route segment. We need one route segment in catch all route. So let's go to the terminal and create this so that we can have a practical guide on how to go about this. So I'll go to the terminal now. I'm not going to use this product again. Let me use something else. Let me use a different route. Sorry. Oh, let me use a different route. Alright. Okay, let me just say let me create another route. Let me just call it blog. Let me say sorry. Make directory. So I will call this blogs. Alright. So I'll call this blogs. Alright, then let's navigate into sorry. Okay, yeah, I'm correct. Let's navigate into blogs. Then this is where we create a dynamic catch all routes. So we create another route again, which is the dynamic catch all route. We still use square bracket because it's dynamic. We use the square brackets. But what differentiates this from the regular dynamic routes? We use 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Then what do we call this? This one now we are not just using product ID. We are not using one specific something because the URL segment can be different. It can be date and year and things like that. So we can just call it slug. Let's just call it slug. Then we close the square bracket. Then if I ls now, nothing is there yet. Okay, we have to move into the slug. Okay, sorry, I was thinking we are already in the slug. Alright, so we move into the slug. That means the catch all route. 1, 2, 3 slug. So if we ls now, nothing is here yet. So we have to create our page.jsx. .jsx. Now if we ls now, there is page.jsx there now. So let's go to our editor. Let's go to our editor. Okay, this is the last page we created. Let me close some of this. Close this. This is the last page we created. So let's open our right. We'll go to OK. Oh, it's empty. I was expecting something. So let's just copy this. Let's copy and paste. Let's copy and paste. So we are still going to leave the params because it is still a dynamic route. So let's just remove this. I don't want to use it for anything. I just want to display it out so that you can see. Alright, let me save first. No, it's mobile, so it's giving me I don't know why it's like this. Just okay, let me just call this all route. Okay, and then I can just say all routes. Then I just want to print the routes out. So let me just say JSON since it is not just a single. Listen, it can be multiple URL segments. So let me just say JSON dot stringify. Okay, that should be correct. Then I just put params. We created the route name as slugs. So we do params dot slug. Alright, params dot slug. And remember, initially I said in catch all routes you must need at least one segment. So it should be at least one segment upwards. But if you have no segment at all, then it's going to display an error. It's going to display an error like page not found, something like that. So let's just see how it works. Let's go to our browser. We are not using products anymore. We are not using blocks. I could have used product, but I want to show you clearly what this does. So if you just go to blocks now, we don't have any page.js inside blocks. And if we try this, you see it's showing 404. This page could not be found because this is catch all routes. It requires at least one segment. And in the URL now, we are not using any segments. We are not using any segments yet. That's why it's showing 404 error. But in optional catch all routes, when we do this, it's going to display something. It's not going to show 404. That's why. So, but let's forget about that first. Let's concentrate on this catch all routes. So it's showing 404 because there is no segment yet. So let's try blogs slash, let's say the year now. Let's say 2025. Then 2025. So we're supposed to see all routes 2025. I don't know if you can see it. Let me zoom. All routes 2025. So you see it's working now. If I put slash, so let's enter another route now. So, because we only use one route now, so let's enter another segment. Let's say the month is 09 We'll do it. You see, it's still showing 2025 09, 2025 09. Let's enter something else. Let's say the day is, let me just say 15. In fact, we can even put anything. It can be numbers, it can be text, it can be anything. Okay, let us say Monday, for instance. Sorry, let's say Monday. As you can see, is there. So instead of creating several nested routes, we just create one route, and the route captures everything. As you can see, all routes, this the year, the month, and the day, all captured in one route. Instead of creating different routes, nesting different routes, we just use one route to do all these things. But if you are very, very sure, like maybe you want to use just one route instead of creating using catch all, and you're very sure of what you want to do, because this one now you don't need to change anything tomorrow. No, you don't need to, your own is just to change the route segment and maybe like and the URL segment in the link, and it is being captured in the catch all segment. But if you are very sure of what you want to do, maybe you want to get a product ID, you want to get a category ID, fine. It's better you do it that way. But if you're not sure and you believe things can be changed tomorrow, so it is best to use the catch all route segment. So in the next tutorial, we are going to be looking at the optional catch all route segments. I hope you learned something from this. And if you have any questions, you can drop it on the comment section. All right. Please, you can do well to support me so that I can continue to drop more of this. So you can do well to support me by subscribing and following my page. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next segment.